One bad tenant can cost you thousands of dollars. Let's talk about how to avoid that. If you're thinking about renting out a property in New Hampshire, this video could save you thousands of dollars because most rental problems don't come from the house. They come from the tenant. Hi, I'm Lexi and I'm a real estate broker in New Hampshire, Maine, and Mass, and I'm also a landlord. And I've had my own share of issues with my properties. So today I'm breaking down exactly how to screen tenants in New Hampshire, what's legal, what to avoid, and how to protect yourself without crossing any lines. Whether this is your first rental, an ADU, or you just became an accidental landlord, this applies to you. Let's get into it. Who this is for. This video is for anyone renting out a single family home, a condo, a duplex, an ADU, or even a room in your house. Quick disclaimer, I'm not an attorney, but I work with New Hampshire landlords every day. And this is practical, real-world advice that keeps you out of trouble. Step 1, start with the application. Tenant screening starts before background checks. It starts with the application. Every applicant should complete the same written application. You want to collect full legal name, date of birth, social security number, current and past addresses, employment and income information, and previous landlord information. Important note, you also want to have a space in the application with their authorization for you running their credit and allowing past landlords to speak with you and allowing their current employer to speak with you. Some folks may not speak with you unless they have proof of the prospective tenant's authorization. If someone refuses to fill out a basic application, that's already a red flag. In New Hampshire, you can charge an application fee to cover screening costs. I typically don't, but some people feel that if you do charge, you'll weed out a lot of people wasting your time. Just keep it reasonable and charge it consistently. Please also note that anyone who will be residing in the property and is over the age of 18 will be on the lease and also must fill out an application. Step 2, fair housing rules. This part matters a lot. New Hampshire follows federal fair housing laws. That means you cannot discriminate based on race, color, religion, sex, disability, familial status, or national origin. You cannot say, I don't want kids here. I prefer a certain type of tenant, or anything based on personal preference. This also goes for the rental listing description. You can't say things like, perfect for a family, or young professional couples only. What you can do is deny based on some criteria such as income, credit, rental history, eviction history. The key is this, have written screening standards and apply them the same way to everyone. Step 3, credit checks. Credit matters, but perfection does not. You're not looking for a flawless score. You're looking for patterns. On-time payments, no unpaid utility collections, no landlord-related collections, no recent bankruptcies. If you deny someone based on credit, you must provide an adverse action notice explaining why. Here's the truth most people don't say. A lower credit score with stable income and clean rental history is often safer than a high score with chaos behind it. That being said, I do typically require a minimum credit score of 700 for my rentals. Now, a pro tip, rather than pay a fee to run someone's credit, you can require the prospective tenant to provide their own credit report. This can easily be accessed for free on various websites such as freecreditreport.com. This helps you avoid incurring a fee. Step 4, verify income. This step is skipped way too often. General rule, monthly income should be at least 3 times the rent. Ask for recent pay stubs, an offer letter, or tax returns. If they're self-employed, verbal assurances are not documentation. If income is inconsistent or bonus-based, ask follow-up questions. This is business, not personal. I repeat, this is business, not personal. Step 5, background and evictions. In New Hampshire, you can run a criminal background check, eviction history. Important note, you cannot automatically deny someone just because they have a criminal record. You must consider how long ago it was, how serious it was, and whether it affects the safety of the property. Evictions, however, are a major red flag, especially recent ones. Multiple evictions usually mean repeat behavior. Another shout out is for the app called Forewarn, where you can do a reverse lookup of someone's phone number and look at their criminal history, and you can see eviction history there as well. Step 6, call prior landlords. Yes, actually call them. Ask 3 questions. Did they pay rent on time? Did they take care of the property? Would you rent to them again? If the landlord hesitates, that's your answer. If they only list friends or family, proceed carefully. Also, call the second landlord prior. The first one might be just trying to get rid of them. Step 7, data over vibes. This is important. Nice people can be bad tenants. Quiet applicants with complete paperwork often make the best ones. Tenant screening is not about gut feelings, it's about facts, patterns, and consistency. Denying an application is not a judgment of character, it's a business decision. Bonus: New Hampshire security deposits. Quick New Hampshire reminder, security deposits are capped at 1 month's rent. You must provide written notice of where the deposit is held, and you must return it within 30 days with an itemized list if you make deductions. Strong screening plus a strong lease equals fewer problems later. Let's talk about pets, because this is where a lot of New Hampshire landlords accidentally break the rules. In New Hampshire, your security deposit is capped at 1 month's rent. That cap does not increase because of pets, meaning this: you cannot collect first month, last month security deposit and a pet deposit. There is no such thing as a separate pet security deposit in New Hampshire. If you collect extra money upfront for a pet, it counts towards the 1 month security deposit limit. This is where pet rent comes in. Pet rent is a monthly charge, not a deposit. Because it is rent, it does not count towards the security deposit cap. That makes pet rent the legally safer option for many landlords in New Hampshire. Important distinction: security deposits are refundable. Pet rent is not. Security deposits are held in trust. Pet rent is income. Now, one very important exception: service animals and emotional support animals are not considered pets under fair housing laws. You cannot charge pet rent, pet fees, pet deposits if it's a legitimate service or emotional support animal. You must make a reasonable accommodation. Last thing, if you charge pet rent, put it clearly in the lease: the amount, the type of pet allowed, any restrictions. Clear leases prevent messy disputes later. Lastly, let's talk about service animals and emotional support animals, because this one area is where landlords accidentally violate fair housing laws, and it is a big topic right now. Under federal fair housing rules, service animals and emotional support animals are not considered pets. That means this: you can't charge pet rent, pet fees, or pet deposits, and you cannot deny an applicant solely because they have a service animal or an emotional support animal. And you cannot apply breed restrictions or weight limits to assistance animals. Here's what you can do. You may request documentation that shows the animal is needed because of a disability. For emotional support animals, that usually means a letter from a licensed healthcare professional. You are not allowed to require registration, ID cards, or certificates purchased online. Those are not legally required. You are also not allowed to ask about the disability itself. You can ask, is the animal required because of a disability? And what function does the animal provide? That's it. 2 questions, no more. Now, important clarification: even though you cannot charge pet rent or pet deposits for assistance animals, tenants are still responsible for any damage caused by the animal. If there is damage beyond normal wear and tear, you can deduct that from the security deposit, like any other tenant damage. And one more thing: if an animal poses a direct threat to health or safety or causes significant property damage and the issue cannot be resolved with reasonable accommodation, you may have grounds to deny or remove the animal. But this must be handled carefully and documented properly. Bottom line, pets are optional, assistance animals are protected. Knowing the difference protects you and keeps you compliant as a New Hampshire landlord. If you're renting out property in New Hampshire and want help with pricing, screening, or deciding whether renting even makes sense for you, that's what I do. Like the video, subscribe, drop your landlord questions below, and I'll see you in the next one.